Hello YouTube, Brian here. This is the first video of 2016. So hey guys, how you doing? Welcome to the new year. I'm glad you're here. I've gotten a few new subscribers since my last video. I'm now up to 28. Cool. Thanks guys. All right, let's hope we can build on that. Yeah, sorry for the low resolution, the low quality of this video. I'm just filming this on my laptop's what do you call it, webcam or whatever, because I'm kind of in a crunch for time. I want to make this video to do a little Q&A, and also I want to talk about the upcoming, and this will go along with the Q&A. I want to talk about the very soon to come, the upcoming presidential elections here in Taiwan. The elections for president are going to be on January 16th, and that is coming very, very quickly, and I want to make this video before that happens, right? So I can answer some of your questions. Anyway, yeah, there you go. That'll be my segue into the Q&As here. So let me go ahead and see what the first one is. But before I do that, I want to pop this open and have a beer with you guys. So I made a beer video about the state of beer in Taiwan, and then I made an update to that because the Taiwan Beer Company came out with new beers, and I wanted to talk about that. And when I did, I got a comment from Soul Drift, who is one of my subscribers. He follows me and he watches a lot of my videos. He comments on a lot of my videos. Good guy. And I got commenting with him on my beer update video. And one of the beers I mentioned in there was this one. Take a good look at that. That's Red Rice Ale. And there's the bottle cap. And this is Red Rice Hitachino Nest. I mentioned this in a comment to him. There it is, 7% alcohol. And it's from the Hitachino brewery there. Product of Japan, right? Koichi. Okay, cool. So here, let me crack this bad boy open and take a swig of it. And then we'll get into the Q&A. So here we go. Let's open this baby. My little bottle opener keychain thing. Not great, but let's see if I can get this open. Not wanting to open, okay. Okay, and we're back. I had to get a little creative there to get that open, but yeah, it's open. There we go. The bottle cap, very bent. Let me pour this, guys, so you can see what it looks like. Here we go. I got just a glass here. There's a tiny bit of water in there. That's no big deal. Okay? So here we go. Let's pour this baby. Whew. There you go. Look at that. That is a lovely color. It does have a bit of a red tint to it. So yeah, here we go. Let me take a swig of that, and then we'll get into the Q&A. I want to enjoy myself when I Q&A with you. So here we go. That's very good. I've had that before, but it was years ago, and I couldn't really quite remember what it was like. But this is very good. It's got a nice, interesting flavor. I'm not quite sure how to describe it. It's kind of its own thing. The beer's not very heavy, but like I said, it's earlier I showed you guys 7% alcohol, so that's a bit more than normal. And yeah, it's interesting. If you can get your hands on this, guys, this Hitachino red rice, if you can get your hands on that, then yeah, give it a try. There we go. Okay, let's get into it now. Let me move you guys over a little bit. Okay. So, first question here comes from Leviathan from 2 weeks ago. He says, I have another question for a future video. Is there much coverage on local Taiwan media about the US presidential campaign? It is still a long way from the election, so maybe no one over there cares yet, but I'm wondering how much damage a fool like Trump is doing to America's reputation internationally. Leviathan, thanks as always for your questions and comments. I agree with you. I'm gonna keep it real, guys. I hate Trump. I don't like Donald Trump one bit. Yeah. In my personal opinion, and don't get upset. Don't get upset. This is my personal opinion. If you like the guy, fine, fine, no problem. But I think Trump is like getting into fascist territory here with some of his rhetoric and with some of the behavior at his rallies. Anyway, so I am no fan of Trump. Um, does Taiwan media cover this Leviathan? Yes, and here's what I have to prove it to you. I took some photos the other day while my wife was watching news on TV here, and here they are. So yeah, there you see Trump, you see Hillary Clinton. So yeah, they are covering this here in Taiwan. America it's one of the big five most important countries in the world. So what happens with American elections? And it's funny that this year is also the American election and the Taiwanese presidential election, but America is very important for the world because it's a superpower. It's one of the big five, and it's going to get coverage, right? Because what happens in America affects the rest of the world. Now, they're not going to cover it the way they do in America. America, it's going to be like nonstop coverage of the election, even though we're in January and the election is not even it's not even close to happening yet. But yeah, they are covering it here in Taiwan, just not as much, obviously, because Taiwan is Taiwan focused, just like America is America focused, right? But they are covering it here. America is a big enough deal to be covered. It's not like I don't know, I'm just pulling something random here. It's not like Estonia. Taiwan's not going to cover Estonia, right? Because Estonia is a small country, it's not that big on the world stage. But America, a country like America, is going to get play. And you are going to get Trump on the TV over here. And I do think people in Taiwan, because overall, I think Taiwan is more, uh, in some ways, liberal compared to the United States. And I think people are going to see Trump the way they saw Bush. And when I talk to people about Bush over here, they kind of described him as they called him a cowboy. They get a little out of control, a little too crazy. And I think that's how people are going to see Trump over here. I think they're going to see him as a little too crazy, a little too out of control. All right, cool. On to the next question, Leviathan. I hope that answers your question.